it's Jenny from Homestead Corner. Today we're going to put together a DIY, hand-powered, off-grid washing machine bucket thing. Okay, so I had a few requests yesterday during my video to show the washing bucket system that I am making with the plunger that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. So this can be done for under 10 bucks, easy, no problem. You're just going to need 2 buckets. If you've got an old bucket, we're going to drill holes in one of these. So if you got an old bucket, that works perfect. You want it to be pretty solid because it will crack and stuff if it's, really, because you're going to give it a little workout. So an old bucket, maybe a new bucket, 2 old buckets, it doesn't matter. We are going to drill holes in one of them. We need 1 lid. This is just an old lid. It got melted on the side. I'm okay with that. I don't want to wreck any of my lids that are airtight. So I'm going to use just this old Tractor Supply lid, and it does have like a little burn here, and which is fine. It's not really going to matter. It just helps protect you so you don't get saturated while you're washing the clothes. And obviously a cheap toilet plunger, and preferably not one you use in the toilet, but hey, it's up to you, whatever you got. We're going to drill holes in this too, so it won't work in the toilet after, just so you know. And then a drill bit and a paddle bit. That's all we're going to use for this. Really easy. I do recommend, if you see one of these old hand drills at a yard sale, definitely I would grab it. Long-term grid down, you're going to want hand tools, and these are super handy. You can put your drill bits in them, you can put the screw bits in them if you have to put board up a window, drill a hole, whatever, and you have no way to charge your drill. If it's long-term, you could run out of gas for your generator. You might have a bunch of cloudy days and you're not going to get enough solar if you have a solar generator. So I definitely recommend hand tools, all kinds of hand tools, as many as you can find. Yard sales, you can get these cheap. This was my grandfather's, but I've seen tons of stuff at yard sales and thrift shops and all kinds of stuff. You can get them, antique stores, everywhere. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get started by drilling 4 holes in the bottom of this bucket. If you put too many holes, it's going to crack your bucket. If you don't have enough holes, the water is not going to move freely. So we want about 4 holes in the bottom. So, and the drill bit size is really not that important. You want it to be kind of fat, but it doesn't have to be huge. This one is a 15/64. It doesn't really matter though. So I just put these 4 holes. I don't know if you can see those, but 4 holes in the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to turn our bucket on the side, and I'm going to put some holes closer to the bottom. I'm going to drill 2 holes, 2 rows of holes. So it looks like so. I don't know if you can see those. Maybe if I can get my hand in there. Can you see those? Just one is about 1.5 inches from the bottom, and then maybe 2.5, 3 inches up from that hole. So I'm just going to do this like 4 times on this. And they don't have to line up perfect. It's just so the water will move in and out of the bucket. There. Whew. See, this is tough. I love these easy DIY projects. They are nice and simple. And while we've got our drill out, I'm going to drill my holes right in. And I'm going to do 4 holes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just so the water can go through and it's not going to give you any suction. It's not going to get stuck on the bucket or get everything jammed up in there. Okay, and when you drill your hole, they're going to have a little plastic, that rubber stuff. They don't always come out real good. It depends on the what plunger you get. You know, they all a little bit different material. So you may have to cut it a little bit with scissors. This one's not bad. And we just pull those pieces off there. And you can do a few more holes in these if you want to. It's not really that specific, so you know, do what you can. And if you're not getting enough water through it, definitely you could add more holes. But 4 usually works pretty good. It's enough so you're not going to get any suction. You're not going to get it stuck on the bucket or anything like that. So we got our plunger and our inside bucket ready. Now we are going to change from a drill bit to a paddle bit. So, and this really doesn't matter either. You just want it bigger than your handle so it'll go through, because you're going to put the cover over the handle. Okay, so once we got our paddle bit on, we're just going to go right in the center and drill a hole. If you don't have a paddle bit, you can always just kind of go around with your drill with your regular bit. And this one is pretty tight actually. So I'm going to add a little to this. There, we just want to make sure, and I went to, I see you, peekaboo. I just put 2 holes in there side by side so we have plenty of room for the handle. And then we're ready to do some laundry. All right, so this is pretty easy. I've just got the bucket with no holes here on the outside. And then we're going to take our bucket with the holes that we drilled in it and stick it right inside. Not hard. And then I'm going to take my dirty laundry, and I've got 2 shirts and 2 pair of pajamas and a pair of pants. And this will hold a little bit more. You could definitely do 2 complete outfits in here. Hoodies are more bulky, obviously. It's not gigantic, but you could get a couple, you know, a couple of the kids' outfits in here and stuff. And then I just use a little scoop of laundry soap, and we're going to use some rainwater or river water, whatever you have. You know, you don't want to use your fresh drinking water for this, so collecting rain or running down to the river and getting water there. And we're basically just going to cover everything. So then we're going to take our plunger and put it right in the lid and pop it right down on the bucket. You could do this without the lid, but the water splashes and you're going to get saturated. And so we're just going to go up and down, and this is going to start getting that water through the clothes. Make sure everything is wet. And you're going to have some clean laundry. So you don't have to do it a whole lot right now. And then you want to let this sit kind of like a pre-soak, couple hours at least, I would say. That way everything can soak really well, and you can see how it works. The water is going to come right through these holes and nothing sticks. So, and your clothes get moved around really good in there, but a cover just saves you from getting soaked. because it is splashing all over my hands and legs. So you want to let this sit for at least a couple of hours, overnight if you can. And then in the morning, fresh water, and you want to kind of wash it again. This is just kind of a pre-soak. And then once you get after your pre-soak, you're just you can pull this right out, and the water is going to drain out of there, as you can see. So after your pre-soak, you're going to want to drain it out and refill it with some fresh water, a little bit more soap, and then you're just going to want to clean it. And this honestly is a little rough on your back with the toilet plunger. But if you take your toilet plunger, most brooms are pretty standard, the threads on there. So this is just my broom handle, and you can stand up and do this, or it's going to be a lot easier if you've got more handles to work with. Okay, so once you're all done washing, you've plunged those clothes to death. It's usually about 5-10 minutes is usually enough. You're not going to get much more than that out of it. They come out pretty clean. Then I just pull my bucket, my inside bucket with the holes, and I let it drain. You want to make sure this isn't where you're getting any drinking water from or anything. And if you can use eco-friendly soap, that's great. If you can't, try to get the water off where it's not going to hurt anything. And then I'm going to take this bucket. These clothes are still saturated wet, and they just, after washing and draining, I'm going to plunge them right down into some nice fresh water. I've got a bucket underneath here of nice fresh water so I can rinse these out. I want to make sure there's no soap or anything like that in there. And you want to go kind of slow, because all your water is going to come out. If you don't, you want to let it kind of seep in that bucket, in those holes that we made. If you have more holes, it's going to go a little quicker. But unfortunately, if you use this for, quite a long time, it's good. Your bucket's going to crack. It'll be weakened from all the holes. So however you want to do it works. Either way it works. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our plunger in there. We're just going to give it a little whirl and just make sure those clothes are rinsed out good with just clean water. And this is a great project for the kids, especially if you have little ones. It's super easy to do, and they want to help. They love to help. Kids love that. So my younger kids think this is great. The older kids, not so much. But my younger kids, anything they can help with. And they're getting a really important chore done that frees up your hands. And they're busy. You know what they're doing. Once you get them all rinsed and you're happy, just going to hand wring these out. That's all I'm going to do. And I want to wring as much as I can because I'm going to hang these up on the line and I want them to dry. And the wetter they are, the longer they're going to take to dry. So I just hand wring them out, and then we're ready to go. And you have got nice clean clothes. How good is that? Doesn't get any better. It's super easy. This system costs under 10 bucks. You can get $3 a bucket at Walmart, and I think Home Depot or Lowe's, I think they're all like $2.96 or something, $2.97. And then you only need one lid, so that is $2 usually. So you got 6, 7, 8, and $1 for the plunger, 9 bucks. And you have a nice, easy, off-grid laundry to get your clothes done. We're just going to hang these up on the line. Make sure you have clothespins in your preps. They're great for all sorts of stuff. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.